and see, when I first got locked up, prison, they fed you pretty good, but then all the food, everything went down. Everything
They
went
used to
down.
let you smoke cigarettes on the yard and shit like that.
It's terrible. Yeah, it's terrible.
So I mean, were you in jail when all that was still kind of lenient?
Yeah, when I got locked up, everything they was like when I first got locked up, they was feeding you pretty good. All that changed because of the victims' rights organizations and stuff like that. And
affected different budgets.
Yeah, then they took the weights out of the prison system and all that. All that stuff happened because of the victims' rights organizations that was saying that we were having it too good.
What, like the ACLU and shit like that?
Well, it was mainly the victims' rights organization and the CCPOA.
And I also heard the guards saying some of the inmates were more buffer than they were.
Yeah, well, that was one of the reasons why they took the weights, because
it was too intimidating.
They saying that the inmates were healthy and they were fit and they all that stuff like that.
God forbid that, right?
Yeah.
God forbid we have some.
They said they
inmates.
were building. They said that they were making super criminals.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah, they said they were building super criminals.
Yeah, depends on who you ask. You know what I mean?
Right.
Let them tell it, right?
But I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, taking the weights didn't deter crime and didn't stop crime.
Right.
Right. So I mean, it wasn't relevant.
It just took wreck away.
It wasn't significant. It didn't make sense at all.
To take it away.
To take the weights away.
Right.
It just didn't. Because you're not healthy, because you can't handle us, because you're not staying fit. Right. They needed to have a standard of fitness for law enforcement for the correctional officers, but they didn't.